Hi everyone, my name is Amy and I'm just going to jump right in it for my first floss tube. I have 3 non-full coverage pieces and 3 full coverage pieces to share with you today, as well as discuss a couple of new starts for the month of July. The first piece I'm going to show you is the Telltale Heart by Marian Bolmini on Etsy. It is 18 count, 2/1 full cross with specialty stitches. And this is where I'm at. I have 779 stitches complete on this one so far. This one pretty much lives in the Q-snap and in my project bag. I have all of my threads and scissors and needles and all that kind of stuff in a zippered makeup accessory bag, so I can just pick it up and take it with me pretty much anywhere I go. But it's a fairly new start. All of these are fairly new starts today. But there's that one. Edgar Allan Poe has always been one of my favorites. The next piece is one that several of you may recognize. It is a stitch along that was started in 2021, a little bit behind. And it was originally put out by Linens and Threads and then was purchased by Fox and Rabbit Designs. It is their Quaker Friends and Family sampler. And again, it is 18 count. I'm currently doing it in 10 stitch, so that way I can get it all stitched out and counted. And then this will become my pick up and go piece. And I won't have to worry about counting. Once I get the rest of this stitched out, I can just cross all my X's. So I don't have a count on how many stitches I have done on this one, but I think I have 1, 2.5 more pages roughly to finish out. So that's where I'm at with that one. The next and final non-full coverage piece for today is a kit that I was gifted probably 6 years ago, and it's Dimensions Gold Collection, Windswept Santa. I started this one last weekend because I was trying to manifest cooler weather. It was miserably hot here last weekend. But again, it's 18 count, 2/1 with specialty stitches, and I have exactly 1,000 stitches complete in this one. There's probably 3 or 4 different colors of green in the full crosses here, and then there's a half cross green and tan blended thread. This is the evergreen branch that Santa is carrying. That's where I'm at with that one. I don't have any projected finish dates or goals really for those. Those are just my pick up and go pieces. The next one I'm going to show you is my very first full coverage piece that I started a while back. It is done by icrossstitchpattern, all lowercase, all one word, on Etsy. It didn't really have a name. I think it was like number 792. But we're calling it the Dragon Otter, and it's 18 count, 2/1. I currently have 10,479 stitches done out of, can't even read my own writing, 55,660. I'm 18.83% complete. I started doing it in columns because this is my very first full coverage, and I didn't like that. I'm not gonna go pull this out, and I'm not a fan of parking either, I've decided. And then I started doing some research, and I found Bonnie from Thread the Needle on FlossTube, and she does a diagonal cross country, and I think that's gonna be my go-to method from here on out. So that's where I'm at with that one. 18.83%. It's the same company, icrossstitchpattern on Etsy, all lowercase, all one word. 18 count, 2/1, full cross. Again, it didn't really have a name, so we're calling it the Gogh Who. I am a Whovian through and through. I've watched the show from beginning to end, starting in 1963, multiple times. And this has been by far my favorite episode. And I'm doing it in the diagonal cross country with carryover. These stitches are parked, or these threads are parked, because the other stitches are going to be like way out here, and I'm not ready to count that far yet, but that's where I'm at. I have 5,451 stitches complete out of 60,500 for a 9.01%. And let me tell you, Confetti City, holy moly, this one's crazy, but it's Gogh, so it'll be worth it. That's where we're at with that one. And those are the only, no, I do have one more. Sorry, work in progress. I just recently started. I found a Facebook group recently called Full Coverage Fanatics, and they do several different challenges throughout the year. And it's all just self-challenge and seeing if you can beat the other people in the group. The year-long challenge is Stitch to the Moon. I did not join that one. I got in too late to do that, and I don't think I can get that many stitches done in 6 months. They're also doing Stitch the Zodiac this year. So for each zodiac sign, you pick a different project that kind of fits with the theme. And the current zodiac is Cancer. And they recommend, you know, it's a water sign, so you do water or crabs, or what else did they put down? White orchid, winter rose. So they usually give you a couple of colors, a couple of flowers, and a couple of ideas, and you find a project that fits the parameters kind of close. Some of them are kind of stretching it, but that's okay. And so I started this one. They don't really give you a timeline or however many stitches. They don't give you a number of stitches to get complete. And so I decided to do 30 for 30 in this one, 30 stitches a day for 30 days. By the end of Cancer, which is, they have it listed as July 22nd. By July 22nd, I should have 900 stitches complete. This one is Mini Sirens Lament by Stokes, Heaven and Earth Design. This is my very first Heaven and Earth Design purchase. 18 count, 2/1, full cross. And that's where I'm at. I have 210 stitches complete. I'll have another 30 done by today, so it'll be 240, with the plan of having 900 complete by the time we start Leo in July. So that's where I'm at with that one. The 2 new starts I have planned for next month. Full Coverage Fanatics also has monthly challenges. This year's theme is movies, and for the month of July, it's animated movies. And so the idea is you either pick a project that is from an animated movie or could be a part of an animated movie, and focus on that. That's the non-counted. The counted challenge is you make a stitch for every minute of runtime for the movies that you pick. They give you a list of movies, and then you can add your own to it. So the pieces I picked was Mini Black Pearl, by Laura Prindle on Heaven and Earth Designs. It'll have a total of 78,650 stitches, and my goal for July is 1,126 stitches to get complete. The movies we picked, because it's for my daughter again, she was a horse fanatic since the day I met her. The movies we picked were The Last Unicorn, because, you know, it's like the best animated movie ever, in my opinion, and Horses are as close to unicorns as we can get here on Earth. But we have the last unicorn, Spirits, Diana the Cimarron, the horse from Tangled, the horse from Road to El Dorado, Achilles from Hunchback of Notre Dame, Pegasus from Hercules, Brave, Bullseye from Toy Story, the horse from Aristocats, Philippe from Beauty and the Beast. You can tell which movies I watched more. The horse from Frozen, the animated Black Beauty, and Khan from Mulan. And total running time gives us 1,126. So that's my goal for July on that one. The other one I submitted is Mini Dandelion by Ash Evans on Heaven and Earth Designs. It has a total of 84,500 stitches. And my goal for July at this point in time is 866 stitches. The movies we came up with were The Fox and the Hound, because he looks just like Kit, in my opinion. Fox and the Hound 2, Robin Hood by Disney, Zootopia, The Wild Robot, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Tails from Sonic, because he is technically a fox. He has multiple tails. One I completely forgot about was the fox from Pinocchio, one of the main villains. The Gruffalo and the Little Prince for 866 minutes. So those are my 2 new starts for July. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for Leo yet. Their parameters are fire sign, lion, predator, gold, yellow, orange, or sunflowers. Haven't figured that one out yet. So if you have any suggestions on what I can stitch for Leo, I would appreciate that. And that's it. Yeah. I can be reached at Inclined to Stitch on Facebook, Instagram, and Gmail, or you can comment below. If you have any suggestions for Leo or additional Fox movies to add more stitches to my run time, any tricks or suggestions for doing full coverage stitching, or even doing FlossTube, because I struggle with recording, please comment below. I would really appreciate any assistance you can give me that way. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again.